is all over him. But Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Now here's LeVert. He's tightly guarded
and just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Curry passes to Jay. Back to Curry. Jay on deep. And a big assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Changes in for the Warriors. Raymond Green has checked in for Looney. Payton comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the pressure's on. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Atlanta Hawks. Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league? Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for Golden State. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining.
We've got second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from James.
It's been key for his team.
Yeah, they've been calling his number a lot, and he's rewarding their trust.
We've got Butler. Jay out there with Curry. That is Draymond Green, and it's Payton in a 50 spot. That's Steve Kerr's foul as we get into the second half. And the basket by Jay.
Working on their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of the last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
Now the Warriors locking it up. No one near Payton as he lets it go. The shot's good and the assist by Butler.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them. Continuing to build out this lead.
Basket counts. Daniels has got 7.
Yeah, Young's playmaking is very reliable. He's got impressive vision.
Fires the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Johnson outside. Third quarter basketball, about a minute and a half in. Again, the Hawks score.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Jay. There's the triple. Rebound by the Hawks.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Flashing his athleticism there. I like when Daniels goes right at the rim.
Curry passes to Jay. On the wing, Payton. beyond the arc. Trae Young grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 21. And making his third All-Star appearance last season, Trae Young, a guy who is filled with so much skill and elite play.
Well, look, Trae Young may be as much fun to watch, Kevin, as any player in this league. With his quickness, with his shooting range, and he has as creative a passer as anyone.
From three.
This is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red out from beyond the arc. Lets it go from the wing. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got his sixth rebound on the night. It's Butler. That's how an assist by Green. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Okongwu. Over Green. Okongwu's shot is good. Okongwu's now got 5 now.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but he sure can make it count.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to talk to his guys. Both teams will make substitutions. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Take a look at the Hawks. Off to a great start this season, currently in second.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting.
Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. A few possessions in the fourth quarter, just connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. That three pushes him into the history book.
Rally is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
And all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
So Johnson sitting on the bench. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Larry Nance, and it's Krejci in at the 3 spot. Well, they're passing to Jay. They'll stay here all the time. And
that is a three that will put him in the record book.
A historical performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
And now we head to center court, where MP has a few words for us. I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
We see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
Obviously, this isn't something you really prepare for. It's crazy. Setting a record for threes in a game. It takes me back to what it took to get here. All those hours alone in the gym with just my dreams. Now they're coming true. It's because of all the hard work that I put in and also all the hard work that my teammates put in. So thank y'all. And I also want to thank all the three shooters from NBA history, the ones that made this shot into the weapon that it's become. Steph, Dame, Ray, Larry. Now you got to add my name to the list. And I'm just getting started. So thank y'all. Thank y'all.
said IMP. Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And LeVert, here we go.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Payton in the corner. Here's Jay. Shoots over LeVert. And the shot is good. Dropping in at the front of the rim. He's got it, got 53.
Well, they keep going to it, and he keeps delivering.
Hands a screen on Curry. Here's Buffkin. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stolen by LeVert. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All the coaches talk about that, trying to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Young pass to Okongwu. Here's Buffkin. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Buffkin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Pass to Jay. Looney with it. Covered by Okongwu. Jay. Yet another bucket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Gray, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's Buffkin. Defended by Jay. Buffkin with the bucket.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Butler kicks to heel. Back to Butler. Golden State moving the ball around. Jay misses. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Buffkin, no good. Golden State's gone 4 of 7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for James.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working. Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And he banks in the layup.
Oh, how about the hustle right there by Young? I like seeing him active on the offensive glass.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. There's a screen. Here's Jay. Good, that's another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Young outside. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but we have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and I'll report.
So you just set the record for most three-pointers made in a game. What are you feeling right now?
Sabrina, I feel like sitting down somewhere. No, but for real, though, I feel great. Tonight was a great night, and it felt like the basket was a foot wider than normal. You know, I was able to get a lot of good shots, and I was able to make a lot.
Now that you've set this record, other defenses are going to want to make sure you don't do the same to them. How do you think they'll respond?
They'll adjust, we'll adjust. You know, basketball is a game of adjustments. They just have to figure out how to stop us first.
All right, thanks again.
Thank you.
Joe, when you're as hot as you were tonight, does it feel like you're playing a different game from the other 9 guys on the court?
I definitely felt in sync with my teammates, that's for sure. But the defense wasn't escorting me to open spots behind the line either. You know, it's never as easy as it looks from the stands or on TV. Michelle.
Do you care how long your record lasts?
Yep. No, not at all. You know, records only really come to life when they're threatened or broken. So I'm glad I gave the future something to shoot for.
Thanks, MP.
Thank you, Michelle.
Night, MP. Call the electrician because MP just shot the lights out.
Your teammates are going to love that answer.
Man, that was
great.
crazy. You look like Craig Hodges out there.
Just looked at my phone and MP made how many threes tonight? My guy is crazy.
New Orleans gets after it. Going to be a rowdy crowd out there.
Let's get after it, MP.
Showtime, MP. True ballers only.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. We bring you a regular season game with extra importance. This is Game 3 of the NBA Cup, a vital group stage contest. Brian Anderson here. With me, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Joining us courtside is Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for DeJounte Murray.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
And as some of you might know, this game serving as the 3rd contest in group play of the NBA Cup tournament for these 2 teams. Grant, a lot on the line here tonight for them.
Yeah, both sides are very much alive in the group stage at this point. Whoever gets the win here is well on their way to the next stage of the NBA Cup.
All right, check out Golden State's opening lineup. They've got Gary Payton second. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry, and it's Jay in at the 2. Murray finds Williamson. Williamson throws it down.
And giving them what they want, the incredible dunking ability of Zion on full display.
Pass to Jay. A deep three. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Boston, pass to Murray. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Green. Robinson Earl with the rebound. The Pelicans have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to visit with Willie Green.
And no surprise, Steph Curry was the topic of conversation on how they'll defend Steph. Coach Lash is their way. I mean, this guy is not just a shooter. Steph's ball handling, his passing, it's what makes him an all-time great. It's always a pleasure to watch Steph Curry, and we get another chance to tonight, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Boston. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Right wing. Williamson against Butler. They kick it out to Murray. Just 3 to shoot. Looking to run the run. And again, New Orleans no good.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Butler finds Curry. Here's Jay. Outside Curry. There's a screen. Off target from outside. Pelicans trail by 3. Now here's Murray. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game. Lets the three fly. And out of bounds, the Warriors will take it. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at Golden State in second now, but wanting to claim that top seed. And of course the Pelicans not posing much of a threat.
You know, for New Orleans, they've had that kind of mixed start that we've come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of special season.
They do look like they're the same kind of team they were last year. Good, but not special.
Here's Robinson Earl coming off a 12-point game. Shot by Olynyk, no good. A minute 39 left to play in the first. 11 feet out, and there it is for him.
If you're defending Butler, you throw up your hands when he makes a pull-up. It's just not fair.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Some changes for New Orleans. Jones, he's checked in for Robinson Earl. Brown comes in for Boston. And Alvarado's subbed in for DeJounte Murray. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. To the middle. Here's Brown. Soft touch off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet it.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You gladly take those.
Here's Jay. Against Atlanta, he was really on his game.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself. He can hit it, but not consistently.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Shooting 2.
First one falls. And the Warriors making a change here. Pajimski's checked in. change here. Williamson's checked in. Outside Jones. Pass to Alvarado. Right side Olynyk. Now Williamson. Here's Williamson. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Kuminga. You know, when you look around the league at the young players, Kuminga is one of the stars.
It's hard to ignore the work that he's done in his young career. Already a part of a championship team. There is no doubt he's blossoming into a star in this league. We've got to keep an eye out for him.
On the floor for the Warriors. Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. Then there's Gary Payton II. And it's Jay in at the 2. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the dunk it, because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. And so it's New Orleans with it. The Warriors getting their last shot to go.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Jay. After the Pelicans picking up a basket a moment ago, he knocks it down from distance.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Jones. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors lead by 3. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Brown, averaging around 6 a game. Here's Alvarado. That's good. And Jones with the assist. Alvarado's got his second bucket on the night.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Man, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And we're almost halfway through the group stage. Do coaches start thinking a little bit about how tiebreakers might come into effect here?
Well, maybe. Point differential is the second tiebreaker after head-to-head record. So that might be in the back of their minds. You're going to want to make sure you put up some big numbers in the group stage if you can. 12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Williamson passes to Olynyk. Getting ready for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Draymond Green. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Curry in for Pajemski. And there's 1:38 left in the first half. Pass to Murray. Here's Boston. Here's the 3. And again, New Orleans no good. Now the Warriors with it. They're on a 16-5 run. Here's Jay, defended by Murray. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Golden State.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
And again, no good by New Orleans. The Warriors lead by 11. Outside Curry. And the Warriors with another 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
Jones, he's checked in for Zion Williamson. And let's check out which teams have been offensive juggernauts the past 10 games. In third, the Pelicans.
This team has been on an absolute tear offensively. It seems like they're able to find a shot every trip down.
Pass to Boston. Shot to stop the run. It's rebounded by Golden State.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drive, need to find some sort of momentum.
Counted from distance. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Curry against Murray. There's a screen by Robinson Earl. Out to the right wing. There's the 3. Can't hit that one.
And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More NBA 2K Sports right after this.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Golden State Warriors.
Their offense may get the credit for the lead, but they've set the tone with their rebounding.
I give it the Shaq stamp of a...
And now let's take a moment to see how the West stacks up here in this early part of the season.
Well,
thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Jeremiah Robinson Earl is out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Boston in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Willie Green getting going here in the second half. You know, for all the accolades thrown Stephen Curry's way, Richard, I've heard you say he might be the best conditioned player ever.
Absolutely. When you think about all the ground he covers every single game, his stamina is still something that will always be impressive.
Here's Jay. He's got 19. Pulls it from the top of the key. Again, Golden State.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Williamson outside. No good there. Good D by Pitt. The Warriors lead by 22. Outside Butler. Beyond the arc. Drills it from deep. Butler's got 5 now.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Williamson against Curry. Outside Murray. The 3 ball. That's good. And it's Williamson with the assist. Williamson's got his 3rd assist of the night. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the 3rd quarter. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Jay's got 5 points in the quarter.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
Boston, pass to Robinson Earl. Butler against Murray. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking all 3 levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
2 shots. Max on the first.
Free throw drops from Murray. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest.
Foot on the gas, MP. Get in there.
Alvarado outside. Pass to Brown. Jones from outside. It doesn't go for him. Gets it off. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
And just nails the three. Way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors just dominating the opposition as they maintain a 36-point advantage. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Back to the game after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. Two teammates on the same page. Woo.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for the Warriors, they've got Moses Moody, and it's post in the... Warriors making a switch here.
MP.
44 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to post. Here's Jay. Fires from deep. On target from range. Jay's got 30.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
From downtown, it's rebounded by Golden State.
Credit to him for trying to get that three right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
And here's Murray. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. That win brings them to a 3-0 start for the group play stage of the NBA Cup.
And now they're focused on getting a clean sweep over their group before moving on to knockout rounds.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.
Do you think it would be nice?
Wins pay the bills, baby. I hate the Spurs. Make sure you win tonight, or it's a long flight home.
Everything good, MP?
MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
Coming up next, the Spurs taking on the Warriors. For the San Antonio Spurs, they are firing on all cylinders, and their record speaks for itself. First in the league with no signs of slipping here at the halfway point. Warriors, Spurs. They'll be right back to the tip-off. Hi, welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. As the season starts to change shape, there is no better time to check in and see how the rookie race is looking. Some first-year players making big impressions early on in the season. And we'll monitor them to see who will be in prime position to take home the Rookie of the Year award. You look at Castle, just a fantastic start to the season for him, as he hasn't missed a beat transitioning to the NBA. And guys, he makes it into our top 5.
And he finds himself among the top 5 after what's been a strong start to his NBA career.
I think he's just going to get better as this season goes along, and I don't think we've seen his best basketball yet.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. We've got Draymond Green, Jay out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Peyton. And it's Butler at the 4 shoot. And for San Antonio, Zohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. And it's the Cell in at the 3. Something we talked about not too long ago was MP's mission to be the best of his rookie class. Really trying to distinguish himself.
And I think he is on track to execute. Maybe not quite where he expected to be, but there's still room for improvement in his game. And he's only a rookie
early bit of the season, Greg. How important are team goals?
Well, Kevin, you have to be working towards something, whether it's a specific rank or a record. Early goals help you define your team for the season ahead.
Off the inbound pass, and he hits it from deep. 3 points there from James.
Draymond Green, we know he plays with attitude, he plays with force. His teammates appreciate the unselfish approach he has.
Paul kicks to Vassell. Down low, here's Wembanyama. Draymond Green with the rebound. Golden State has come out of the gates quickly. Here's Butler. Lays it up off the glass.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together this possession.
That's exactly how they got the win. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Here's Paul. Jimmy Butler makes his last shot. Hustle missing.
No, it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Wembanyama passes to Sohan. Vassell wide open. San Antonio again missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Curry against Paul. A floater and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
That's good from Stephen Curry. Of all the things I could ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
When Johnson's field from range, he can be lethal.
Curry passes to Jay. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 9 points for Jay.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, The other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And it's Sohan missing. And here's Golden State. They're on a 15-3 run right now. From past the arc. Another three for Golden State.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
And Paul gets it to go in.
Oh, they might have woken up that range from Chris Paul. He's capable from that.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I was able to talk with San Antonio's head coach. We talked about the daunting task of facing Steph Curry. Coach said, Curry makes your entire five guard him. Steph might be the best conditioned player in the league. He is constantly moving. It makes him so difficult to track. So, of course, it's not just Curry shooting that presents problems. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Paul. After the late shot from Jay, here's Wendell. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam King. Warriors leading by 15. Here's Jay. 17 points in the game. And that's going to be a turnover. They'll call for 8 seconds. A different look now for San Antonio. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. And it's Barnes in for Sohan. Here's Castle. Oh,
man, what an incredible throwdown by the rookie Castle.
Here's Jay. Pass to Moody. Golden State moving the ball around. Jay misses. Look at the last game for the Golden State Warriors. It was a win against the Pelicans. Here's Castle. Barnes outside. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's the screen. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. That three off the mark. The three. And that will fall. The three-pointer on the line from Jay. Jay's got it, got 20 points.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of their goal is based on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And an overpowering first quarter effort, already a double-digit advantage. Here in the second quarter, played a little over 2.5 minutes.
They say the vertical is where Castle likes it. Show me where it's like there.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level. That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Dominguez steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. Curry is out there with Jay, and it's Payton in at the small forward. Here's Jay. He's got 20, and Kuminga gets it to go.
It took a little bit of time. Now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Johnson, a wide open look. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here he's it from three-point range. And now a 6-point Warrior lead.
A great job by Payton, just seeing the floor and then making the play for someone else.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David O. David.
Thank you, Kevin. You ask Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report.
Yeah, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when these get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Here's Jay. He's got 26. From the arc. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 4 assists in the game. Spurs trail by 12. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Castle. Goes in for the lead.
And with the master finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Golden State.
Curry passes to Jay. Over Castle. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 31 points for Jay. Here's Castle. And that one drops.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. We're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing...
You have to ask yourself, how much better can they play? Good decision-making, they made shots. That's very impressive, man. And
Let's look now and see how teams stack up across the league. It's our latest power rankings. And that is a wrap.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
I think he's enjoying it too. So rare to have an offensive explosion from him. You know his teammates are loving that as well.
In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. And it's the cell in at the 3 spot. So that's it. Greg Popovich starts the second half. It feels like every season a Brumby set a record for twice in the NBA. What do you think that is?
I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace. Although in every coach's press conference, you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
And you like how Castle plays at his pace, celebrating when he wants to.
Curry kicks to Payton. Here's Jay. No good with the triple. Spurs trail 12. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Butler with the steal. Payton outside. Pass to Jay. Latrell. Rebounded by Castle. San Antonio's got a 3-point shot 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit, 9 times they've missed.
And the potential Castle has is intriguing. When he's scoring like this, you wonder how dominant he can be moving forward.
Lets it go from deep. And the basket by Jay. Jay's got 40 points.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Really trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
Right wing. Outside Curry. Over to the wing. Hits again from distance.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better 3-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for 3-point shots made. Releases from 15. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. All right, a chance to check out stats for Keldon Johnson.
And the stat to look at is his steal total.
Seconds left to play in the third. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them. And what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, guys play collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Good from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Johnson outside. They set the pick. Rocket 6. Pass to Branham. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Warriors leading by 19. Here's Jay. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Spurs shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from that. Barnes passes to McLaughlin. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. McLaughlin's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Jay. The 11-footer. And he wheels that one in, sinking right through the back iron.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. You gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Snatched away. Here's Brandon. Lead by Jay. Here's McLaughlin. Here's Manu Kelly. Goes up again. The Warriors pull it in. Butler's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Jay. Connects again from distance.
Splashes home another 3, and he moves into second place all time with that make for a game.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And he wants to see changes out there right away and right now. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And the Warriors also making a change. Curry's checked in for Brendan Pajemski. Here's Castle. Hands it from downtown. Castle's got 14 points now in the second half.
After not having 3 during the first half, he's made 2 now in the second half, and he looks hungry for more. This whole second half, he's been unbelievable scoring the basketball. The defense has had literally no effect.
Vassell gets the ball. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
The consistency through the years. Chris Paul, a threat from deep.
Pass to Jay. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Off target from outside. Spurs trail by 17. And they double up. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive aggressive attitude defensively.
Green, the screen. Jay, the pass to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State. Butler up top. Clock at 4. Puts one up from 19. A rebound by the Spurs.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. No, he missed it easy. Yeah, you can't make him all, and you for sure you want him taking that kind of shot.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been here so far for the Warriors.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Cancel. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. And here's Curry who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. Their biggest lead of the game is and again for 3.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. And Benyama, no good.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Warriors.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession. We watch them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team.
They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jay.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't,
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. So a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the bar higher and higher. Triple M. We see the Warriors taking the game here.
Huge moment on the show today as I am ready to unveil my ultimate NBA Dynasty rankings.
All right, I mean, it took you long enough.
Actually, he brought this up 2 weeks ago.
Finally, Toby says something useful.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it would have taken me 20 minutes, but maybe that's because I know how to ball.
No one knows more than me, Russell.
Whatever.
About
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business. Man, that was crazy. You look like Craig Hodges out there.
For MP to have a game like that in his rookie year, that's a special accomplishment. He can already score with the best of them.
It's game time, MP. You ready to put that work in?
Ready, MP.
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight.
Nba2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. With Hall of Famer, well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams in at the three. Here's Jay. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Russell against Curry. Down low. Shot by Johnson, no good. And here's Peyton. Pass to Jay. Fires the three. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Curry.
You know if you're open, Stephen Curry has that team-first mentality. He will find you.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
They want to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Thomas outside. Fires the three. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. You know, Graham, the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything down.
Jay, the pass to Butler. It's stolen by Johnson. In transition, here they come. Williams with it. Peyton covering. Williams misses.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Russell, pass to Thomas. Inside. Claxton throws it down.
Well, Thomas putting that pass on time and on target. Love to see it from that scorer.
Pass to Jay. Lets it go from deep. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Here's Thomas. 20 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento. Outside Russell. Fires for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton is Stephen Frame is a hard-nosed defender. He said, I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know when I'll hang my hat on. The defensive side of the ball, right?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Here's Claxton. Green with the defensive effort. The Warriors lead by 9. Jay, the pass to Green. And the shot goes down.
I just love the ball.
Here's Russell. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Johnson for 3. Rebounded by Green. Green's got with rebound in this one. Jay, pass to Butler. Over Thomas. Again, the Warriors score.
He drops yet another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And while we have a moment, let's recognize a player who has been working hard lately. Checked in for Brooklyn. Wilson comes in for Johnson. And the Warriors with possession here. Green with a screen on Johnson. And he wills that one for the game. Jonathan Kuminga is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Jay in at the 2-guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Oh, there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept the mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
And it's Jay missing. Nets trail by 19. Pass to Clowney. From deep, Johnson. And the three-pointer goes. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Jay sinks the tray.
Well, Jimmy Butler outstanding at creating opportunities for his teammates. He is not just a scorer, guys.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul of the game. Martin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Outside. Pass to Johnson. Here's Wilson. Offline with a 3. The Warriors lead by 19. Green, the pass to Curry. Here's Jay. The 3 is up. That dropped. And it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Melton passes to Martin. This one's the 3. Knocks down the triple. Martin's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Hits the three-pointer.
You can make a strong case that Draymond Green is the best passing four in the league. Unreal court vision.
Right side. Shoots. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They're getting their first look of the season at Brooklyn in this one.
They were shocked by this team twice last year. They just didn't play well. 12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
The Nets have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. And the Nets call time here.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with the matchups?
A full line change here for Brooklyn. A moment here to see the numbers for Cam Thomas.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
Here's Russell. He's scoreless. And here's Thomas from the arc. Rebounded by Green.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Jay from outside the arc. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Jay's got 29.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Johnson. Brooklyn, no good that time either. The Warriors have gone 8 of 11 in the second quarter. Butler passes to Green. There's the triple. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Brooklyn shooting just around 33% since the second quarter got underway. Johnson passes to Russell. Here's Thomas for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got 9 rebounds now. Pass to Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
Making plays at both ends of the floor. And it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And here's Johnson. Thomas outside. And there's the screen. To win the... Rebounded by Green. Green's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Let's go with a three. Another three for Golden State.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside Russell. Pass to Thomas. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen. The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Warriors on top, running away with this one. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And guys, which of these matchups are you excited about here?
Me and Kenny in a race to the board.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Warriors.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're...
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so in the game for the Nets, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the three, the small forward. The shot by Butler, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make an extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
Thank you. Count that one.
This guy making his presence felt. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor.
And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for the Nets. And that game will mark the end of a 4-game trip. Back to Johnson. Thomas outside. Pass to Russell from behind the arc. The Warriors pull it in. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Butler with the ball, guarded by Russell. Butler, a screen on Thomas. Jay, the pass to Butler. And it's Butler with the kick.
A great move by Butler. Setting the pick, then getting the score.
Here's Russell. No points so far. Now here's Johnson. Outside Russell. Pass to Johnson. Williams from long range. Drops in the three.
When the defense totally lost track of him, he punishes them with a three-pointer. That's a bad decision.
Yanked it in off the glass. Green's got his second basket.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Russell to pass to Claxton. State calls timeout. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Martin. They've got Trace Jackson-Davis, and it's Spencer in at the point. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Pass to Johnson from the arc. Jackson-Davis grabs the miss.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Throws it up high.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was call the illegal screen here.
As the game has gone on, they've had trouble protecting the rock. One of the trickier plays.
Completely new group here for the Warriors. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the inside, Claxton. That shot's good. Russell making the play.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
19 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Jay. Clock at 6. From 15 feet away. Chalk up 2 there. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill.